I told you that's the show I want to do. It's my real insides. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch the movie The Family with Robert De Niro, it's a fucking horrible movie. But there's scenes in it, like he's talking to somebody, then he loses his anger, and they show him stabbing the guy, but he's really not stabbing him.
Okay.
So I was telling you yesterday that my daughter was walking on this like plank of death, with that rattles and shit.
Yeah.
And some fucking little Chinese kid came up behind him and jumped, and she fell down. And the kid stopped to say I'm sorry and stuff. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, listen, you little chink fuck, I'll kick you in the windpipe next time. I told my wife, she's like, you can't say that, but that's what goes in my heart. You know what I'm saying?
How can it not when you're? I mean, you're like that with people you like, but it's your daughter. How I don't understand how there's not more of that stuff happening.
Oh, and then another little kid jumped, seen her coming. She's a baby. He saw her coming. He jumped in her way, and I seen myself. I had a sand bucket in my hand, going up to him, just hitting him 15 times with the sand bucket.
Kids are terrible, and then we wonder why there's so many asshole adults. It's because it's these kids when they were little. Like, people don't really change.
It's just a part of growing up, man. And my daughter reacts to it really well. Like, she was at the park and somebody came and took her bucket, and she looked him straight in the face. This is my fucking bucket. She pulled it from me. And in my heart, I'm happy. My wife's like, you have to learn to share. Fuck that. Sharing is overrated. Keep that bucket, bitch. That's your fucking bucket. He wants the bucket, tell him to show you a dick, something. He's got to do something. You just can't give him the fucking bucket. You know what I'm saying?
When she's like 5 or 6, you two are going to take this town over. Like, when she can talk and you can tell her to do things.
Listen, dog. My dream is to build a fucking ninja chick.
Like the girl from Kick-Ass or whatever?
Fuck that. That chick could Kick-Ass could suck my dick. I'm talking about a monster of a woman. I'm talking about a woman with a heart of gold that ain't scared to stab you in the fucking neck and stick her for what she wants. That's what you want from a woman. That's what I want from a fucking woman. I don't want a fucking woman that's a rag doll. It's not for me. I've never wanted a woman that's fucking submissive, that she's blinking and shit and bringing you water. I don't like that. I like a woman that holds her own because my mother held her own. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a woman that's, can I get you something? Fuck you.
I just love the image of a woman blinking and bringing you water. Like that's just hysterical. But
it makes me feel bad as a man when I see a woman. We started the podcast late this morning. Okay. We came over last night. We're talking. He says, you need water. So this morning, I knew in the back of my mind I had to stop at 7-Eleven. I got to 7-Eleven at 25 to 6.
Okay.
I would have been here at 5:45. And I almost called you to come up with the camera because there was drama.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is where we do the office. It's a dark industrial street, But there's a 7-Eleven on the corner. And 7-Elevens to me, late night now, are fucking scary.
Oh, yeah. Anything
when I
over
walk into a
24 hours.
7-Eleven now at night, I fucking go in there, and if I got my gun in the car, I fucking pull it. I'm scared of 7-Elevens at night.
Yeah.
So this morning, it just happened. I pull up to the 7-Eleven. First of all, there's a guy talking to his girlfriend, and there's a cab. They just got out of a cab. And he won't let me pull in because he's talking to his girlfriend. So finally, I beep, and the girl moves, but this motherfucker, this Donnie Wahlberg-looking motherfucker, Marky, he looked like Nate Diaz, the younger one.
Okay.
He stands there. So I don't give a fuck. You know me, I'll park around. I pulled the car. He looks at me like, bro, you didn't move. Say something. So I get out of the car, and as I'm getting out of the car, she's walking into the 7-Eleven, and he yells off the top of his lungs, where the fuck are you going? I'm fucking talking to you, dumb bitch. And I just keep walking.
Ooh.
And I see her, and she's half Asian, half Spanish. She's a pretty girl. She's been going through some shit, so I could tell that it's with him,
Mm-hmm.
And then a black guy pops up and says, man, I got a little bit of money, but I don't know if we're going to have to walk over there and shit. We ain't got enough for a cab. And he just answered the phone. Oh, cop. They were looking for drugs. They were going to get drugs with this broad, and he was down on the drugs, so he wanted more. So he's in a furious fucking mood.
So who's the cab driver then?
So cab driver is just some fucking Arab guy, whatever. Some white guy in the cab.
Okay.
He's in the cab. He's minding his own fucking business. He's not even involved in this. So she comes in. She's sitting in the back of 7-Eleven. Now I'm looking for water. Now in the middle of all this, there's a kid going, Joey Diaz, the church. And I'm like, dog, relax. Joey Diaz, the church. I'm like, dog, relax. Take a look at what's about to go down, this motherfucker. He follows me into the hallway. Ball, and I'm like, dog, pay attention. Don't worry about fucking Joey Diaz, stupid. Look at what's to go down.
But see, that's the thing. A lot of people wouldn't. I'm not. If I saw that, I'd probably be a little bit nervous. But for people who haven't been in that situation, they probably just think it's some people arguing.
Well, still, shut your mouth. Don't worry about Joey Diaz or Jesus. Shut your mouth and watch the situation play out. What if this chick says something, this idiot pulls a gun, and you're talking like, you idiot, get it together. This is what I tell people. Pay the fuck attention, man.
Fuck.
Pay fucking attention. Don't worry about the mountains or the beauty or the sky or the trees or what celebrity or what non-celebrity walked in. Pay fucking attention to life. So this is all going down. She's at the back of the store. The black guy's telling Marky Wahlberg they can't get drugs. They don't have enough money for the cab. So now they have to walk home. They have to walk to the drug dealer's house.
Jesus.
So you could tell she don't want to go. She's had enough. He's been torturing her or something. They walk out and he turns around and goes, hey, let's go. And she walks out half meekingly, and the cab driver now pulls up, goes, hey, where's my money? And they go like, fuck it, we don't have enough money. And they give him like $3. He goes, I'll call the police. And the chick is looking at the cab driver for support, like, get me out of this mess.
Mm-hmm.
And the cab driver goes, miss, are you getting in the car? Like, to do her a favor. And this dumb bitch is like, I don't have enough money. And the guy runs over and grabs her. And that's when people started calling the fucking cops. They don't have a car.
Oh, Jesus.
So they're dead. And they're like that. And the guy from 7-Eleven is like, let it go. And right there, that's when bullets could start flying. This guy's on meth or he's coming down on meth. This is when heroes fucking don't know this.
Okay.
People don't know this. Just leave that guy alone and dial 911 and wait till he walks away. Don't confront him. If he's not killing her, which he wasn't killing her, let the cops do their job. They'll get him a block away. If you call 911, there ain't nothing going on. It's 5 in the fucking morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to watch all this go down.
Yeah, of course.
And I mean, bro, they took off. They ran a block.
Yeah.
And by the time I pulled to this corner of Cahuenga, the cops were already coming. That's how fast. The cops are in this area. There's a police station down the corner. So for them to do, so they had them on the corner. They were, they're probably high, man. And you know what? You know why I knew that look on him? Same look I had when I kidnapped Campbell. You're just going to get in trouble.
Really?
It's a look that you're not going to stop till you end up in county jail. This is that type of look. Because you got the chick, you're going for drugs. There's too many variables going on. Something's going to go wrong.
Now, what's going on in their head? Because they know how much money they have. They know where the drug place is. Like, why even call a cab?
They took a cab to 7-Eleven to take money out of the ATM machine at 7-Eleven. Like, they were looking. So whenever you're in a cab, you get in a cab, you're like, we need cash. We got to stop at 7-Eleven. We're not from around here. Where's the 7-Eleven? You know what I'm saying? It's that type of drug mind. And that's the drug mind that's working. You know, if you've been in that situation, you get in a car with somebody, you know, you don't know where it's going to end up. So these guys got a cab, took it to 7-Eleven, paid them, realized they didn't have enough money for the speed and the blow or the heroin and the cab. So they gave the guy a few fucking dollars. He called the fucking cops, and that's what went down. That's what happened.
How scary must it be being a cab driver? Like, they have all these things now, Lyft and Uber, and all these things where you're picking up normal people, and there's supposed to be a background check, but one of those people is going to get shot, man. Like,
background checks are expensive. Everybody says they do background checks, but really do they? But do they really?
I hope so.
I'm the same fucking way. I don't know who you get in the fucking car with in these strange towns. But if they're working for a legitimate limo company, they got to be okay. I mean, knock on wood, I've never really had a problem with a limo driver or a car driver or a cab driver,
Well, that's the other side of it. Not only who's getting in the cab, but maybe who's your driver.
That's the other side of it, too. You don't know what this guy's on his mind. You don't know if he's drinking. You don't know what the fuck he's been doing.
If you really get into it, like if you're really a nervous person, you might not leave the house. Like, there's stuff to worry about at all times. It's just like you put it in the back of your mind.
Bad things happen to good people.
Mm-hmm.
Bad things could happen any time. You have to cut the percentages. Those people didn't know what they were into. They're just doing. When you're on fucking drugs, let me tell you something. When you're on drugs like that, and you're doing those late night drugs that keep you up and turn you into a cat in your eyes, fucking shine and shit, that does shit to you. My mental state cannot be good from the shocks that those drugs put on me.
How long do you think they've been up for multiple days?
No, they were probably up. They probably just started tonight.
Okay.
I mean, their clothes didn't look dirty. They didn't look really creepy. They looked like they had started.
Mm-hmm.
They started coming down, but they wanted to keep it going. For people who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. You go out on a Tuesday night, you have a few drinks, some fucking jerk off pops up. He's got some powder or some meth or something. You do a couple bumps. Now it's 3 in the morning, and you want fucking more. And it's Tuesday night.
Okay.
It's Tuesday night. People say, we're going to bed early. I'm not going to sell nothing tonight. So now you got to go looking. You know, you got to wake people up. It's fucking, my last 2 years were, I have to write this book. So I wrote categories of my dark years, like what I consider dark, what I consider dark, which is living in an addiction, just surviving to control the addiction. That's all you're basically doing. Everything else is shit that you lead. It's the appetizer. Even though I was doing an Adam Sandler movie, and even though I'm doing spots and I'm traveling and all this shit, nothing compared to my little time with my little powder.
Okay.
That was the best time of my life. Nothing compared to that. Nobody's blowjob. Nobody let me fuck him in the ass. No movie with Charles Bronson. Nothing could bring the happiness to that little thing that I had at night. My little getaway, my little mountain getaway. And I remember that I would get high and not even look at myself in the mirror. The last 2 or 3 years of me getting high, I couldn't even look myself in the mirror. I was so disgusted with myself. But the machine keeps going, and you have to feed the hole, man.
Is it just the higher the high, the lower the low? Like, why were you so disgusted with yourself?
It was just somewhere I didn't want to be. That's why when I look at dark times, I look from 79 to 81, from 86 to 88. Before I kidnapped Bella, it was very dark for me. Like, yes, I was living, and I was making a good living, but I was basically living to feed the fucking hole. And unless you've been addicted, you don't understand what it's like just to feed that hole. Everything else leads to feeding the hole. You get a promotion at work, that's great. Now you can feed the hole twice on Tuesday nights. It's just amazing how everything went to that. But after the longest yard, I thought all these doors were going to open for me. When they did not open, it took me someplace, man. Vicodins, pills, antidepressants. I would fucking leave the house with the only thing in mind was to come back and get high at night. In the daytime, I kept the animal in the cage. I was great in the daytime. In the daytime, I wrote my jokes. But the daytime, nothing moved on until I got my package settled. If I had $50 in my pocket, I put that 50 away. I knew there was a package tonight, so that rested me for the day.
Okay.
It was when I didn't have that $60 or that $50 that I didn't rest till I was going to get it, or I whatever, somewhere in there.
Now, do you think, and it's kind of stupid to do these sort of what ifs, but if knowing how hard of a work you are now, let's say you did a Longest Yard type movie, would something come from it since you didn't have the coke to worry about?
Nobody could control that. Nobody could control that, bro. It's what people see in the movie. I want Peter Segal to call in for Grudge Match on the 8th. The movie gets released April 8th, and I'm having a problem having him call it, so I might get a different actor from the movie. But I wanted to break down with Peter Segal for the people at home is that there's no formula for a great movie. There's no formula for a great movie. Grudge Match had all the tools of being a great movie, a phenomenal movie. It was a good, entertaining movie. But as far as the box office was concerned, it was a failure of sorts. Even though it made $30 million and overseas it made $30 million, I wanted Peter to break down what you don't know. You don't know what a movie's going to do until you fucking movie. You could put millions of dollars into advertising, and the movie had millions of dollars in it. It was on during every game, UFC, and it just didn't do what it did. People knew it was there. The combination was there, De Niro and Stallone, or at least we thought the combination was there. Kevin Hart pops a movie 2 weeks later. That's the biggest movie in January of all fucking time, with Ice Cube and Brian Callen, John Leguizamo. Was it a good movie? It's a great movie right along. But the point being that you never know what nothing's going to do. But the beauty of this is you have to try it. You have to get down and fucking try it, unless you're not going to fucking do nothing. Nobody knows. Nobody knew I was going to fucking do it. I'm still not a good stand-up comic. I've been doing it for 20 fucking years.
You don't think you're good?
I don't think I'm as good as like Bill Burr. I don't hear like I'm not monologist like that. I have thoughts. I'm talking about you never know, but nothing's gonna happen until you try it. Not know them, write it off.
Well, it's kind of a cool, and I don't really have the experience with it because I'm not a comic, But from what I hear people comics talk about, the issue they have with actors and more so now with movies. So they wrote Grudge Match, let's say 2 years ago, a year ago. Then they had to cast it. Then they had to do the pre-production. Then they shot it. Then they edited it, and they decided it's going to come out Christmas Day, 2013. They don't, up until the end, they don't really know what's going to come out with it, and they don't know what people are going to think, so they don't know how it's going to act. But you who say, I'm not a monologist, tonight you could go on stage and try telling a story like Bill Burr or like that. So that, it must be exciting because you don't have to put a year, 2, 3 years of planning into it and put commercials on. You could go to any comedy club right now and just try it out.
Try it out. I could tell the story about this morning with the chicken put comedy to it. Because I was laughing from it because she was sitting in the fucking back like all timid. I'm like, do something, run. You know, I just couldn't, when I see women like that, I think of my daughter. And I think that's what I got to put in the book. First of all, you shouldn't have been with this fucking guy. This guy is just a loser.
Oh, yeah.
But this poor girl, I could just see the fear in her eyes. I could see the fucking confusion in her eyes. It's funny because I want to talk about something. You and I last night were talking about, you know, I always had a real, Terry calls it my being white moment. Terry goes something. He says, you get these moments that you want to be white and you forget. And we're talking about when I went to the University of Colorado, that when I walked on that campus and I got to talk to different people, the field I wanted to get into is international law. So my plan was to go to law school and sharpen my Spanish and go over to Spain and become a lawyer. This is when I was 27, guys. And between you and I, it's like that mind fuck. Like, I didn't want to be anything. I wasn't going to be anything. I didn't have any confidence to be anything. I was just buying time. They were going to give me money to go to school. When you give me money, I don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever you want me to do. As long as you give me a nice check, I'll buy time, you know? And it's weird how I was 27, 28, and I still didn't fucking know what I wanted to do. Like, this was nothing. This was years away, comedy. Comedy was still not even conceived. I was just going to school, selling cars. I would wear a suit, and I would go to these seminars after, like I was telling you, like after class in the student center. They have like these companies come in and talk to you about this and overseas opportunities and shit. And I would go with my little pad and sit there and make believe I was taking notes. In the back of my mind, I was scared shit, man. I was just buying fucking time. I'm like, why am I doing this? This is never going to happen. You know, I kept talking myself out of it.
Okay.
And here I was sitting in a room with all these people that had like major different fucking, degrees. And they'd this colleges. Oh, I got a BA from Yale and, BS from the University of Spain. And here I am, I wasn't a felon yet. I had gotten arrested, but I wasn't a felon yet. I was convicted. I was charged, but never convicted. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I was a man of many convictions. So, but it was so weird how I get emails from people, and I go to shows, and I talk to different people, and yeah, we ha-ha and ho-ho, but after a while, people come up, and they go, Ben, thank you, this helped me. I was stuck in this place. And it's so weird how we're all fucking stuck, man. We're all fucking stuck. The 20s has to be a horrible time for fucking anybody. Teenage years and then 20, that's not fair to people.
Yeah.
That's really not fucking fair. Like being a teenager from 15 on, being an ugly teenager, trying to get pussy and shit and trying to make it in the man's world, and then being 20 and being fucking confused on what the fuck you're going to do and going to bed and having ulcers and going, Jesus Christ. Like I was thinking about Leak every 3 or 4 days. He's like, man, I sit there at night and I think, what am I going to do with my life? We're doing fucking podcast. We're hanging out. We're having a good time today. Today, you never know what this might come into. You might get a call tomorrow from a microphone company. And they're like, Lee, we love how you talking to the microphone. Fucking come be the face of microphones or else. We'll give you $200,000 a year. And again, you're going to sit there and look at me.
I'm taking all calls, guys.
And you're going, Joey, I don't even know what the fuck, how this got, how this came to be,
I hope so. I hope so, and it's something I've dealt with since I've been out here. I'm always wanting to do stuff. I always want to do more, and I always feel like I'm behind. Like I always feel like I'm late. But everyone always tells me, like when they're like, how old are you? 27, 28? I'm like 25. I'm like, oh, you're so young. It never feels like it. It always feels like I'm behind people, and I'm not doing what I should be. But everyone's like, oh, you're so young. When I was 25, I had no idea what I was gonna do.
You come here twice a week at 6 in the morning. Do you know what that's like for a 25-year-old?
Yeah, it's tough.
Do you have any idea what it's like telling normal 25-year-old that they have to be somewhere at 6 in the morning? Do you have any fucking idea when people would tell me I had to be somewhere at 6 in the morning? I just look at them and go, right. Good. As long as you think that, that's great. When I pull up here and I see your car here, Lee, sometimes I shake my head. I'm like, where'd I find this fucking savage? You know how hard it is to tell a 25-year-old? And thank God you don't have a substance abuse problem or a drinking problem, or you even like to go out and have cocktails. You don't like to go out at night and have cocktails?
Not really.
So the other night you hooked up with Ashley. How was that? And her brother. Where did you guys go to meet?
We went to a bar on Ventura Boulevard. And
How's she looking?
Fine. Still
She
straight.
fucked a black dude when she went to Boston?
No.
Yes, she did. She's a dirty whore.
I don't know. No. She really likes the guy she's with.
I thought he didn't fuck her right, and he fucked her from the bottom. And
I don't know. Fucking. But anyways, she won't listen.
how's her
doesn't matter.
body looking?
Great.
How's her face looking?
Good. She's just started a new job.
Did
so
you
she's a
smell
little
her
stressed.
breath?
No.
Did she have sperm on her breath? Did she have that little ammonia smell in her breath, like she just sucked 10 helmets? Where'd she get a new job? Where'd she get a job at?
I don't know. Writing place in Van Nuys.
A writing play?
Yeah.
What kind of writing play?
Like technical writing, something. But you said this a while ago. Like just leave them alone and they'll let you be. Like, I haven't seen them in like 4 months, and they're great people. I love her and her brother, but it's I don't know. It's weird when you realize it's like, okay, we're friendly, but it's not like we're gonna hang out every day. And it's when you're younger, you think all your friends are gonna be your best friends. And
She still living in Northridge?
yeah, they're thinking about moving, but
To where?
here, up closer to the valley. But who knows?
You know, you look at your friends in a weird way. I have a problem lately. I've been dealing with something lately about, I grew up with a lot of friends, but there was a core. There was 3 guys that I ran with for 2 years. I ran with them for a long time growing up, but for 2 years we became each other. It was myself, this guy Fernie Basasudo, this kid Glenn Conti, and this guy Roger Holloway. I mean, we were fucking tighter than tight, It started junior year and it went till 85, our friendship and our love for one another. And then my friend Fernie disappeared in 81 when 83 when he lost, $60,000 bookmaking. And, he always felt, because he owed 60 and ended up owing 8. And me, I told the guy to go fuck himself. I got in a plane to Colorado. So he always felt that I should have stuck it out here with him when he lost his 60,000. I was gambling for money for Colorado. Whether if I won, it was great. If I lost, I didn't really care, because I was going to tell the guy to shut up his fucking ass anyway. I was 21. I didn't know about life. I didn't know that. I didn't really know about karma. I thought you just told people to fuck off. And at that time, the world had told me to fuck off. So I was telling the world to fuck off. Okay?
Yeah.
So when I got back from Colorado or from Florida, wherever the fuck I went, we were still friends, but it wasn't the same. And one day he told me, he goes, I always felt that, you should have paid him the $8,000. I paid him the 60. I'm like, dog, I wasn't paying him. I explained my situation, and he understood. And we didn't see each other much. And then in 93, I bumped into him on Kennedy Boulevard. And he was with a girl, and he shook my hand. And then the girl says, this is him? And then I bumped into another dear friend of mine that I talk to every week now, and he told me that he bumped into him about 10 years ago. And out of the blue, Fernie told my friend, it's your fault I'm fucked up, because when we were kids, you had parties at your house. So my friend was like, are you fucking serious? You're doing heroin. We used to drink beers and smoke pot behind the factory.
Yeah.
And you're doing heroin, and you're blaming that on me. So his brother's on Facebook, and I haven't asked his brother how the brother's doing, but he never recovered from that. He never really recovered from the gambling and the drugs and then my friend Glenn, who's a big shot at UPS. I mean, I love him with all my heart. If I ever had a brother, he was my brother. He's into Joel Osteen, and he doesn't drink anymore. And he has 2 kids with a black chick, and he's not with her.
Oh, okay.
He's not even with her. He just lives by himself. And I hear on the weekends he goes home and stays home because he's scared of life. He's got like 3 or 4 DUIs.
Right.
10 years ago and stuff. So he's very scared of life. And then Roger's my goomba to the end, And I talked to Roger and his brother Timmy. They drove me to Opie and Anthony. Timmy, I talked to a lot more. Timmy was the driver when we robbed Michael's Jewelers in West New York. He was the getaway driver, and it's funny that I talk to him once a week. He's a driver in New York, and we communicate once a week. He listens to all the podcasts. He listens to, and I love him dearly. But his brother and me were tight. I was tight with the whole family. And when I went to do the Stress Factory in Jersey, some lady came up to me. She's like, "Hey, I'm Janet's hairdresser," and she said to say hello. I was that tight with the Holloways, but Roger, Fernie, and Glenn, I wish I did more with them.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could get together with them for a tea. I don't give a fuck a coffee. But it's never going to happen. And it's very sad. It saddens me because I always thought they were there. And trust me, I have other friends. I have Veneeri and Ascles and James and George and that I still talk to. Ralphie May, I told you last night, Ralphie May called. You were there.
Yeah.
They were at Chan's Dragon motherfucking Inn in Ridgefield Park, him and George. He says the ribs were fucking sensational. So it really covers the spread, but it's sad. Because in my world, I still wanted them to be around. And if it was up to me, they'd still be around on a communication basis. I talked to Glenn's brother. It's funny. I talked to Glenn's brother, Roger's brother, and Fernie's brother. But I don't talk to each of them. So that's how tight I was with them and their families, man. I mean, I was everything. They were my everything. So if it was up to me, I wish I could share what's going on now. Have them on the podcast, talk about stories. It's impossible. And it breaks my heart, but it doesn't in a way. I'm happy that they're happy. I still talk to Roger's the best one I still talk to. Mm-hmm. When I call Roger, he still calls me Coco Loco. And Coco Loco, what are you doing?
Well, it's actually kind of crazy. It's that's friendship. But I had a dream last night. I don't remember exactly what it was about, but it was about somebody who had been married, who broke up after like a long time, and it's just like you grow up thinking you're supposed to get married, but people change. It's just since it's coming up closer, it's more prevalent in my life right now. I've been thinking about it. It's kind of a crazy thing to do. Like it's just
get married.
Yeah, I mean people change so much, and it hurts so much to break up. Like why wouldn't you just stay like?
So then what do? You live like Rick Ramos?
No.
And live in a one bedroom and wait for the world to end. And I love Tom Leykis. I've been on Tom Leykis. I listen to his show. But he's got this world turning against women. Turning against women because you had one bad experience.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, there's a lot of bad people out there. And there's a lot of bad women. But there's a lot of good women. And women are going to cheat on you. And women are going to steal from you. And women are going to do crazy fucking shit. But there's some women that are solid women. That all they want to find is love, too.
Oh, and
all they want is a companion. So you have to live this fucking life, man. You have to live this fucking life.
Oh, yeah, but let's say, even if you get a good one, like, not that they cheat on you, but let's say in 10 years you don't like that music anymore. You don't like, or just
you evolve, Lee.
Exactly.
Why don't I do Joey Karate videos? Why don't I put a gi on every fucking week and wrap it around my thing and have some fat guy with white hair throw kicks and keep giving you loser fucking picks, and there's 10% of people, Joey Karate's hysterical. Whatever. Because we fucking evolve.
Exactly.
We evolve as human beings. So, but you got to take that chance. What about the people that have been married for 50 fucking years? They don't get sick of each other.
Yeah, that's what you have to hope for.
They're best fucking friends. You know what the feeling that is to have a fucking best friend? You know what that is? That you don't have to work. Forget the net for life. Forget the net for life. There's a net that we have to remove from life to be anything. You want to be a fucking Wallenda, you got to take that fucking net away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to be a good friend, you got to take that net away. If you want people to be a friend to you, you got to take that net away. The big problem I have is when I become your friend, I go back to 1975. We're going to get in a fight with people, and we're going to fucking have each other's back till the end. We get stabbed, we break each other's head, whatever the fuck. We'll take each other to the hospital. But we're here to the end of this shit. My 35 cents, how much you got in your pocket? 38 cents. We got fucking 72 cents between the both of us. We could take over the fucking world. That doesn't evolve anymore. That doesn't happen anymore.
No.
As people get older, they have other priorities. But you know what, man? I want my friends to be there forever. I want Timmy Holloway to be there. And I want to to talk to Ascleys, and I want to talk to James. You know, I want to talk to people that are there for me. You know, these are my fucking friends. Listen, and we have what's called acquaintances in life. Oh my God, if you have a birthday party, I'll definitely be there. And they show up and they bring you a bottle of wine and they take pictures and they hug you. Those are those people. They're really good in front of the camera. Oh my God, I love this guy. You know, and then you call them at 4 in the morning when you're stuck. Man, I gotta go to work in 2 hours. I thought you loved this guy. What happened to the fucking love? What happened to the love? That was all for pictures. You're gonna have those people.
Yeah.
Then you got the motherfuckers that look you in the eye and go, dog, I got 8,000 in the bank. You want me to go get it? And they got 2 kids. They got 2 kids. And they're like, dog, I got 8,800 in the bank. It's yours for an attorney. And you look at them as a man and you go, no, save it for your kids. As a man, because you know you need that money, but you'd rather go out and rob for it before you take your friend's fucking kids' money. You understand me? There's different things you do as a man. I learned to be a man kid. Mm-hmm. I learned that, well, it's yours and mine, we're going for it. And if somebody fucks with you, they're fucking with me. And if somebody fucks with me, they're fucking with you. But that's not the case, bro. Especially in this fuck-ass fucking city that we live in. These people turn their fucking back on you for no reason. Those you know, people in jobs will rat you out for what, $1 extra an hour? Mm-hmm. You're gonna rat somebody out. He takes 55-minute lunches. What do you give a fuck? You should go take a 55-minute lunch, you fucking faggot. He parks his car in the wrong parking spot. Who gives a fuck? Maybe you should grab your fucking balls too and fucking figure out. But no, dog. And the same thing happens in this town. In this town, people stop talking to you because you stole something or you did something positive. Mm-hmm. But, well, you're not helping me. What fucking help are you talking about? What help do you want? You got to get up in the morning. You got to tweet. You got to do push-ups. You got to whack off. You got to take a shower. Then you got to write jokes. And you got to go meet people. And you got to get on fucking stage. That's the formula. You know, it's so weird that when I was doing these, when I was in college, and I was doing, is somebody on the call?
Yeah.
Look, you calling? Big Joe.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. It's my man Joe Canyon from World of Rock motherfucking Records, the leader in vinyl. What's up, my brother?
Good morning, you freaks. How you doing?
You know us. We're over here. We're talking about weird shit and how, you know, man, when I was 27, I conned myself into the University of Colorado, Joe. And it was really funny. I was going to all these meetings dressed up in a suit, thinking I was Joe fucking Gentile. You know, like I was going to do something with my life. Deep down inside, I was a miserable fucking criminal and I had no future in the back of my head. But there was one thing I didn't have at that time that I have now. It's the difference. And yeah, people do change. And you want me to tell you what it was? I didn't want to work. I didn't want to work. I didn't want the concept of work. I didn't like that concept of work. Like I wanted to walk into your job and be the top editor. Like, I'm not going in there to be no editor's assistant. Like, there was no work ethic in my life. I didn't even plan on it. Like, what? I got to start as a stock boy. No. I'm going in there as a manager and I got fucking Saturdays and Sundays off. Oh, I ain't doing it. And that's a cold reality of life that I had as a young man. But sorry about that, Joe Canyon. Tell me something good, my brother. Because you've been a young man. You know how we act.
Man, it's not a typical morning here. It's freezing. It's windy as shit. I'm in Linden, New Jersey. I'm getting ready for the day. I got my coffee. I got everything. I'm doing everything the way you guys are doing it.
Let me ask
Usually
you this.
I'm on the other side of the program.
No, let me ask you this. How long have you had World of Rock?
Well, it's World of Rock is 2 things. It's a record label.
Okay.
And it's a music school.
Okay.
It's based out of Summit, New Jersey. The music school's been there since summer of 2012, and the label started probably about a year later. So label's going on maybe 9 months, 8, 9 months now.
And do you guys do DVDs, CDs, or just plain out vinyl?
I mean, you know, it started sort of spontaneously. It was done mainly to keep me busy and to just kind of do music and art that resonates with me justice. You know what I mean? It originated as an outlet to get local bands heard, be that CDs, vinyl, now that that's, you know, big again. anything. There were really no rules, and it just sort of turned into. So far, it's just been all vinyl that we put out. But I mean, we could really do anything. But it seems like I want vinyl now more than anything.
It's so
My
weird.
vinyl collection's been growing for the last couple of years. You know.
We've been talking for the last 6 months, you and I, and I've been watching you. I've been watching your tweets. I watch what you do, and it's so weird that you're involved in so many different things. And one of the questions, you know, I wanted to hook up with you in Jersey, but it was two things. I had my family lurking, and you saw what it was like Thursday night. There was 300 fucking people on my shoulder.
Oh yeah. I knew your trip was going to be packed from the minute you got here.
And I know that I love people who take chances, and you got to look at it and go in a world of digital downloads. This fucking guy in Jersey wants to open up a vinyl company, and I'm not criticizing you. I'm loving your balls. That's why I've been commiserating back and forth with you, because I'm like, in this land of downloads where they're closing all these fucking stores, they're closing everything, books, Borders, everything's getting fucked in the ass, even Red Lobster. And fucking Red Lobster. How are they gonna close Red fucking Lobster? That's like killing John Wayne. You know, here you are doing vinyls and you're pushing 12 inches, and there's a lot of young people who don't understand what vinyl is. They don't understand. They don't want to understand, and I wish they did. You know, it's like people. Like right now, I'm smoking a vapor pen, and I have vapor pens here, and it's great. It kills what I'm trying to get rid of. I'm trying to work on my lungs. I love getting high. But there is nothing, listen, fuck medical marijuana. There is nothing like going into a black neighborhood and getting a $10 bag of weed and throwing it under your seat and stopping at a fucked up store and getting rolling papers and driving home with the weed in your car and going upstairs and taking the weed out and breaking it with your fingers and cutting it and then cutting the rolling paper and rolling up a fucking joint. That is what it was intended for. You know, when you listen to music, when I grew up on music, you knew what album you wanted. You walked to the store, you bought the album. Again, you got your Goombas to come over, 6 or 7 of you. You had 2 joints. You opened the album, you rolled it on the album. You took it out of the cover, you put the album on, you smoked the reefer while the album was playing, and you read the liner notes. You read the album. Where was it fucking recorded? Who was on it? We like to thank the Sheridan Centers. That was a karma thing. It was the process of the music. That was what it was all about. When I lick a rolling paper and I rip it and I roll it, it looks tedious, but that's the process of love. I'm taking it from the ground. That's the whole thing. When you buy a CD now, you open up the CD, there's a picture with a sleeve.
Yeah.
And there's no info. I don't know anything about them. There's nothing in there.
You have 5 square inches to put all your liner notes, all your artwork, all your bullshit, and then the thing fucking breaks when you drop it 3 feet from the fucking ground. That's a CD. You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you.
So what do you say?
That's a CD.
Like how like if you've been a salesman, how do you sell records to people who you can either illegally download it or download it online, keep it on your phone, it's with you in the car, wherever you are. Like for vinyl, you have to be at home. Like how would you sell it to like this generation?
Well, normally, I mean, now that vinyl's it's a big resurgence. Vinyl that's being sold now is typically packaged with the download that comes with it. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the digital that comes with the vinyl. It's like usually in like the form of a card. You enter the code in on the computer, you get it for free. You know what I mean? It's inside the vinyl itself. Then you have the vinyl for the home. You know, you sit down, you listen to it as it's meant to be heard, as a piece of, in Joey's case, a piece of comedy, or it's whatever it is. It's art. You know, it's meant to be paid attention to and focused on instead of something disposable to listen to in the background when you're driving or something. I mean, that's fun too. That's what the digital's for. But the vinyl is for when you are ready to actually experience the album the way it's meant to be heard, like the old days. You know what I mean?
It takes a certain music person. You go to somebody's house and they have a library of books. They want you to see that fucking library. they're trying to show you something. Nobody puts their library in the fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay? Nobody does. Nobody. Everybody wants to show you what books they've read. Oh, my God. Did you read all those books? Yes, I did in time. You know, whatever. Who gives a fuck? Same thing with music people. You know, when I was growing up, hey, this is my friend Lee. Say hello. Hey, Lee, how you doing? Yeah, yeah. Sit down, guys. Have a soda. Have a beer. When that motherfucker went in the kitchen to get you a beer, the first thing you went and you looked through his record collection. That motherfucker had more than 2 bad albums. You're out of there like a bad cold. I see Cheap Trick live at Budokan and something else. Fuck this motherfucker. It was out there. You saw where his head was at. If he didn't have Zeppelin 2, if he didn't have Paranoid, if he didn't have, there was certain albums you gotta have. If you didn't have those, this motherfucker ain't right. He's a cop. He's something. He's an undercover fucking witness. He's a mambo dancer for the FBI. He ain't right because he ain't got the right fucking music. People like that. People like for you to go in their house and see what they listen to. You know, they want you to see, you know, it's making a resurgence. It definitely is. I miss it. You know, I tell people all the time, if you buy the last Led Zeppelin album is Coda. I'm talking about the one before that, In Through the Outdoor. If you find it in a store today, if you're not doing anything, you drive your wife to a fucking stupid hair salon or you get a pair of pants and there's an album store. Go in there and look for the last Led Zeppelin album, the one to last, In Through the Outdoor. Pull the sleeve out. You pull the sleeve out. If they took care of it, the sleeve is a picture of an ashtray with cigarettes in it, a few loose joints, some booze, and some pills and coke. You take a sponge and you wet the sponge and you dry it and you would wipe that thing and all the colors would come to life.
Whoa.
Do you understand me? People played with that. If you look at Some Girls, the album by the Stones, look at it, pull it out. It lets you match up the wigs with the faces of the Stones. You know, if you look at Led Zeppelin 3, the Immigrant Song and all that, it has a thing that spins. So while you were smoking dope, you could spin this fucking thing. You know, the old Cheech and Chong album had a rolling paper in it.
Really?
A big fucking rolling paper in it. This is a piece of you that you're giving to me. I just didn't give you $16.99 for a fucking disc and a piece. I'm giving you give me a piece of me. So, you know, I loved inside covers. If you get Pink Floyd Animals, you pulled out the thing. The lyrics were in there. You know, all the fucking songs. There was some neat shit. Van Halen 2 had a poster of David Lee Roth hanging with chains. I threw darts at that fucking poster. I hated that fucking poster. My point being, there was just so much more life to an album. And don't get me wrong, I love cassettes. I love DVDs. I love going out to iTunes and pressing the thing, and next thing you know, you listen to fucking music. That's all great and dandy, but the album is for that guy that goes home. He's a stoner. He wants to live the whole fucking thing. He's got the chair you got, Lee, that you put your feet up, and you just listen to Dark Side of the Moon, you know. How many bands have put out albums? How many bands have put out albums through you guys?
Say that again?
How many bands have put out albums through you guys?
Well, you're gonna be the third album we do, or the third release. Our first one is a 7-inch single by actually a very popular rock band that's been around. They're not around anymore, unfortunately, but they've been around for quite some time. CKY. The lead singer and the drummer have a side project named Foreign Objects. So we're doing a box set of those. We're doing each single from one of my favorite albums, so I couldn't say no to it. We're doing a box set of each song with a whole lot of B-sides. And there's a pop band from Australia called The Triangles who had a song in an LG commercial recently. That's how I found out about it. And I fell in love with the song. And I found out that it wasn't pressed on vinyl. And I said, you know what? I guess I got a fucking job to do. So I got in touch with them. And they said, hey, yeah, we could, let's do something. Let's press a vinyl, 7-inch single. So we're doing that now. Pre-orders are up. And then we're going to do yours. So that's what we got going on right now. And we're doing a free compilation we're putting together with a whole lot of local bands. But that's still in the works.
Now, are you a musician also?
Yeah, I've been making music since 2006. I was... I had a band called Room Machines. We're not really doing anything anymore. Put a whole lot of stuff out over the past 7, 8 years or so, but I haven't really written anything recently. I've just been kind of in a transitional phase. I just moved back here from PA, so I'm just trying to take it day by day, figure out what the whole plan is.
Now,
World of Rock is really the only thing keeping me sane. That's my beacon of sanity through the whole thing, so I hope it shows.
you love what you do, Joe?
I love it. I love it.
Now, do a lot of people
I hope
send
that
you...
shows.
I'm sorry?
I said, I hope that shows. All I know that shows.
No, it shows.
It's a 24/7 thing for me. It's all it is. World of Rock is a one-person thing. I mean, I'm the one that runs I do all the graphics, I do all the everything, start to finish. So it's a hell of a job, hell of a responsibility, but it's an interesting time. So I can't say no to it.
Now, do you go out a lot in Jersey during the week? Do you go to different bars and see different bands, or?
Not as much as I should. You know, as a record label representative, I guess. On a personal level, no. I mean, I don't really go out much at all. I kind of spend all my time working on something creative. I write a lot, but I haven't put anything out in a while. Mostly music. But like I said, I'm just trying to gather I'm just trying to gather it all together and figure out what the next step is.
You know, it's funny because if you're in the music business, 15 years ago, it was like the comedy business. You had to be out 6 nights a week. You all had to see the next, who doesn't want to see the next big, The Who? But at the same time, the internet fucked that up a little bit, because now if I say to you, dog, check out, Jewish Lightning, you go home, throw in Jewish Lightning, and there they are on YouTube or whatever. Me, before I sign somebody, I want to go see them live. I want to go see what they're putting out. I want to go see how they are with the people afterward, how they are before. Are they fucking bumbling buffoons? But you could just get it out of the way now by turning on YouTube, which works for an artist and doesn't work for an artist. I'm disgusting. But if you sit through the show and come and watch, I turn disgusting into a little nicer than what it is on stage. I make it seem a little cleaner. And then I talk to the people afterward, and you could tell my heart and my love is there. You'll sign me. If I just send you a YouTube thing, you'll never sign me. Even from the beginning, when I got here, people would say, send me a reel, and I refused to send them because what's the use? You're not going to do nothing from a couple jokes. I want you to come check me out. What's still open in Jersey to check? I mean, when I was growing up, this 30 years ago, was a Hole in the Wall, the Soap Factory. I mean, those are the big venues. I saw Aerosmith there. I saw Twisted Sister there. I used to go see Sticky Fingers.
Not that much. I mean, the Stone Ponies here, the Starland Ballroom's here.
Right, my friend Queensryche, Rudy Sarzo was at the Starland Ballroom last week. He tweeted me the one night. Where is Starland Ballroom?
Sayreville. It's in Sayreville.
Okay, Sayreville. Okay, and that was Bon Jovi's all stomping grounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were around Woodbridge and Perth Amboy, which that's 15 minutes from me. I'm in Linden, so I'm right up Route 1 from them.
Wow, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm like 20 minutes from North Bergen, right up 1 and 9.
Wow. Yeah, you're right there. 1 and 9 is Tunley Avenue. That's a terrible fucking road, man. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Did you see the trailer that we put together, or that I put together for the vinyl? I saw the one, but I Want to Be Around, but I haven't seen the other one. That's it. That's the one. That was filmed on Route 1 and 9. Okay. I took my phone out and I drove all the way up towards North Bergen, filmed all that, like the skylines and stuff. Came all the way back, put it together, put the music to it, threw it up there. That was all done in one day. Now, it's amazing that, I always check this out because I'm thinking of getting one. Once I settle, it would be a waste. People keep telling me that if you go on eBay, there's a lot of turntables on there. Is that true? Or like there's... Sure. Really? Sure, yeah.
They have everything. They have like anything old.
No shit.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
turntables.
Yeah. I have no idea how to use a record player. Like, how easy is it to pick up? Like, it sounds like an idiot thing
Can
to
you
say, but I
fucking
just,
believe this? Yeah.
if I had one, I would have no idea where to put the needle. I have no idea how to
You
change
put the
the
needle on the record.
Well,
Put the needle on the record. You fuck. Yeah, you
Putting
just.
the needle on the record is like lighting a cigarette. Everybody does it slightly different.
okay. So
And
there's like,
there's
is there?
a right way to do it.
there's
There's
like-
a right
there's-
way to do it.
Okay.
Remember, motherfuckers, you walked in their
That
house
was
and
a
they're like,
bad
you can't even
analogy,
put
so.
sneakers on. Don't shake. The needle is very sensitive. There's motherfuckers who took that shit seriously, bro. Like, don't fucking move in my room because the shit shakes. Yeah, I think you get. Somebody told me at a record store in San Francisco, you get a turntable on eBay now for $100 fucking bucks.
Sure, yeah.
$100
I mean,
bucks, man.
there are people that really strive for the best possible sound that they can get out of a record. So they'll spend a lot of money on a turntable and all the components But they also sell like those novelty old ones like at Target for $100. But I would stay away from those if you're looking for something of decent quality, because those are more of a novelty than anything. They look cool, but they tend to disintegrate after a
Right,
while.
after a while, they're 30 fucking years old. They still have that wire from the fucking needle to the thing that carries the sound, I mean, so people are making them brand new is what you're telling me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's a big thing. I mean, ever since vinyl came, it
Oh,
started coming
shit.
back. So did turntables.
Yeah, it's really weird because I remember vinyl being huge. And, you had your cassettes were coming into the mold and 8-tracks were going. And then the big thing was you had to have reel-to-reel. Oh, my God, that's the only way to listen. You could actually hear him pulling away from the microphone, all that dumb fucking Gentile shit. So that was, everybody went for the reel-to-reel. And I had a buddy who had reel-to-reel. And I got to tell you something. He put Judas Priest live on there, the Unleashed in the East. And he put Stained Class on there. And the sound was unfucking believable. So then people kept saying, well, the sound is better on DVDs. So they went all the way to DVDs. And then all of a sudden people started saying, nah, the sound is better on fucking vinyl. And then when Keith Richards put his book out, he put a couple chapters out dedicated to recording of music now. How they fucked it all up. They fucked it all up. They can't even do live albums anymore. They forgot how to wire rooms. They forgot how to wire drums. He does like a whole chapter of it. Did you read it at all, Joe?
No, I haven't. I was never really big into the Stones for some reason. I like the Stones, and this is going to sound terrible, but I dig the Stones more than the Beatles, only because I happen to like their sound more than the Beatles. I understand the respect and all that, but
Oh, no. You're preaching to the choir. Listen, the Beatles were the Beatles, and the Stones are the Stones. The Stones are fucking dirty. The Stones are dirty.
Right.
There's a period
yeah.
of the Stones that they're fucking dirty, and you can feel in their music, and it feels great. Sticky Fingers is dirty. It's Only Rock and Roll is dirty. There's a couple albums that they had during the 70s that are just so brilliant, but that's the brilliance that they sound dirty.
Well, is Altamont about them? That documentary, is that them?
Yes.
Oh, that was scary as shit.
When they were up in Altamont, somebody got stabbed. The Hells Angels stabbed somebody, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, the Stones were dirty. If you look at the Stones, if you look at Keith Richards and all that, Ron Wood came along in '73 or '74. They're dirty, man. Not that they don't take showers. Their sound is very.
No, it's their sound. We at the studio we have like a big TV with like a DVD setup, and we have a rotating selection of DVDs. It's the Stones live. I guess it's the newest live DVD. I don't know if there's more than one. It's that Foo Fighters. We got Elvis, and I think another one, and they're just constantly on loop, just going every day. So it's playing all the time. I hear it all the time.
That's amazing. Constantly on loop. Elvis was dirty too.
Really?
A little
You
bit.
ain't kidding.
Some of his shit was dirty, man. It's dirty.
That's one thing I never got into, man. It's and it's not a regret, but I don't know the names of like the guitar player for this, or music was just never like, it never did that for me. So listening to you guys like talk about, well, the Stones are dirty, but then the Beatles, it's like it's a whole new world. That's just exciting to like to get into.
The Beatles have how many albums, Joe? Estimate.
They have a lot of.
They have a lot of albums.
Bands put out. They put out a lot of albums. They put out 2-3 albums a year back then, because albums were, the whole process was a lot simpler and quicker back then. Maybe shit. I couldn't even tell you.
The Stones put out, I gotta say, 20 albums. That's conservative, you know.
I don't think the Beatles I don't think they were that high up.
Exile on Main Street, all those out. You know, there's just too many.
According to Wikipedia, it says they put out 13.
Who's that? The Stones?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
The Beatles? No, that's not right.
That's not right.
I don't think so. It could be. It could be. It could be. Revolve. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, 14, 14. What about the Stones?
Let's see.
You know, I was always more of a Pink Floyd and Queen fan.
Me too. Hey, listen, man. Fucking one of my favorite songs of all time is "Death on Two Legs." I love that Queen album.
My God.
Oh my God.
Oh, let me talk to you about Night at the Opera. If I could talk.
Night at the Opera. That's a masterpiece of an album. I just every time I put it on Twitter.
At it right now.
Every time I put a song from that album on Twitter, people have no idea what I'm talking about, and I don't tell them.
They have no idea what went into making.
No.
Shit. What was the one in Seaside Rendezvous? All the
God.
tapping and shit.
I forgot all about that shit.
Oh, God damn.
24.
The Stones have 24 fucking albums. 24 albums. That's why they're fucking gazillionaires. 24 fucking albums. And the meat of the Stones is in the middle. That Goat's Head Soup, Exile, Sticky Fingers, It's Only Rock and Roll, Some Girls. That's the fucking heart of the Stones in there. That one, with Jimmy Page is on it. Oh my God, they have a lot of fucking wild music, the Stones, but that's 24 fucking albums.
Last one was in 05.
Oh yeah, they put something out every couple fucking years.
Yeah, in the 60s, they put 2 out. They put like 3 or 4 out in 65, and every year 66. Yeah, up until.
Yeah, you're right, Joe.
Up until like 83, at least one a year.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Are you a bigger fan of Gilmore's Floyd or Waters' Floyd?
I'm a Gilmore guy all the way to the end.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I have no use. I can't, and people are going to be pissed at me. I have no use for egos. And it doesn't show me a lot to see an ego. I just need to see them walk. A manageable ego is Bono. And I'll tell you why, because they're still together. Roger Waters' ego, the singer from the Police's ego, those were fucking egos that it's just too much to feed. And that shit drives me fucking crazy when an ego breaks up a band, i.e. the Police, i.e., you know, whatever the fuck else we were talking about. So, Roger Waters. I love, again, the dirty sound of Gilmore. I love that dirty dogs, you know, sheep, all that Gilmore shit. To me, he's one of the best guitar players of our time. But that's to me. We all have different people. I put him up there with Page and the Hendrixes and the Shankners, and, you know, we all have our different, you know, people.
Him and Brian May of Queen are
Brian May's a fucking
my
savage.
Top 2.
Brian May's a savage. I'm gonna tell you who else is a savage that you never want to admit it. But if you listen to Bitch, Keith Richards is a fucking savage. An untamed savage, Keith Richards. And if you don't fucking believe me, put on Bitch, put on Sticky Fingers, and just focus on his guitar playing. Can't you hear me knocking? All that shit is fucking heroin in your fingers. That's, if he touches you, you're high for 2 fucking days, and that's what happens to you. That's what happens to you when you listen to that shit. You know, listen, man, I love everything. I get into arguments with people, and the biggest arguments I'll get and the angrier I get is about music, because it's plain and simple. I was telling somebody the other day, if Leonard Skinner would have lived, do you know how different society would have been today? Because the Cars wouldn't have been popular. A lot of that music would have never came out. If Leonard Skinner would have lived, they would have rised up. They would have rised up. Outlaws would have rised up. All those Southern bass type bands would have fucking jumped right up. That would have made room for nobody. They were eating people alive. I've said this for years. Look at fucking read up on when they opened up for the Stones in Nebworth. It was two different fucking worlds. Even the Stones couldn't believe how good Leonard Skinner was. They couldn't believe it. That these guys were fucking crazy. Somebody wrote me a thing yesterday. When are you coming to Jacksonville? And I'm like, fuck that boredom fucking town. But you know, that fucking boredom town produced some of the best fucking guitar players in the history of American music. The guitar player from the Eagles, the guy they threw out, and fucking Tom Petty. As a matter of fact, fucking, he was Tom Petty's guitar player in high school. Did you fucking know that, dog?
Yeah.
Did you know that the guitar player from the Eagles taught Tom Petty the guitar in high school? Tell me what kind of
I never got into Tom Petty.
Tom Petty's another savage that you got to get into him. There's a couple albums that he's fucking heavy duty. When they fucking kidnapped the chicken, Sounds of the Lambs, they played Tom Petty. Tom Petty's a fucking savage, dog. World of Rock, where do you want to take this label to? I mean, you're doing comedy. I'm doing my next album with you guys, or this album. You Can't Eat Pussy with Asthma. I'm going to put it out on vinyl for the connoisseurs of vinyl, you know, because when I listen to fucking comedy, I learned to listen to comedy on you know, whatever his name was. Pryor on vinyl. You know, I had Carlin on vinyl. And if you left the vinyl by the window, the sun would melt the vinyl a little bit. So it would have like it would have a little bump into it. So all the music had like a little bump into it. So you had to put it back by the window and adjust it when it got warm again. Fucking tremendous album. You got to be very careful with your albums.
You always got to be careful. It's always good to stack them vertically too, because if you stack them horizontal, if there's a piece of dust or a speck of something in there, it can scratch the groove. So you always want to stack it vertical.
Oh, jeez.
Remember when somebody would borrow your album and scratch it? You wanted to fucking stab them 50 times. Like, dog, when I gave you this album, it wasn't scratched. Yes, it was. It bumped at that party. Listen, man, I'm happy for the time to call in today, Joe. I love you with all my heart. I think you're a good little fucking guy doing a good thing, and you're doing it for the right cause, you know.
It's really cool to hear on a Wednesday morning.
Yeah, you're doing it for the right cause.
Really
I can tell. Listen, bro, I can tell when somebody's faking the funk, and I can tell when somebody's putting everything they got into this. And I want to do, you know, You Can't Eat Pussy with Asthma. We're gonna fucking print up. I gotta get you some pictures together. And I also want to do my next one on with you, and then I want to do like a Pink Floyd thing, put all three of them together on vinyl and make like a big cover, and we'll get that out for Christmas or something.
That'd be awesome.
That's
I have a couple. There are a couple surprises for the vinyl too. One of which will make each single copy different from all the rest. One of them involves my good friend Waterboxer, and the other two gentlemen that I was with when I saw you in Jersey are going to be helping with the final step of the vinyl the vinyl pressing process. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You'll find out.
That's why I love you, brother. How cool is fucking Waterboxer?
I love him.
Is Waterboxer a bad motherfucker?
Everybody on there. Lucas, Leon, Don't Fake the Funk. They had me on. I called into Lee's show. I think it was episode 6 one thing. It was 6 or 7.
Did you?
I called in and I talked to Lee and Agostino.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for supporting the Flying Jew Radio. You're a good man. So I'll give you a call from Florida and we'll put this together, brother. I love you and I've been watching you and I don't want you to think I threw you to the wolves. Sometimes, you know, there's
No, not at all.
Sometimes when people call, I'm in a bad position. I got the baby in one arm and I don't want her yelling into the phone or something. And, you know, since it's been slow.
You're a lot busier than I am.
Man, this is it's a different life when you once you sprinkle a child in there, it adds a different fucking view to this life. So that's why. But I love you, brother. Thank you for calling in on a Wednesday. World of Rock. Now, where's your webpage at?
Just go to facebook.com/World of Rock Records if you want to check out the records we have for sale. It's worldofrockrecords.bigcartel.com. We still have to put a website together. I'm getting on that now. And twitter.com/World of Rock Recs, RECS.
And if you're an artist and you want to submit your music to World of Rock, my man Joe, hit him up
Send
on
it over.
Twitter and send it over, and you never know what he could do for you. I love you, Joe. Thank you for fucking
I love
keeping
you.
music
Talk to you
alive,
soon.
bro. This means a lot to me with the vinyl, so I love
It
you.
means a
brother.
lot to me too. You have no idea.
Stay
Thank you
black
so
and
much.
stay warm in Jersey, cocksucker.
I'll try.
I love this shit. I love it, Lee. I love what we're doing, cocksucker. It's
tell.
a beautiful fucking day to be alive. Get up, do some jumping jacks, look at the sky, thank whoever, Buddha, Jesus, Satan, for giving you another day in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Beside Waterbox, I want to give some shout outs to my main man, John Diaz, to Joe Ando, to Mario Fusco, to Tammy Ruther. I love you, my love. And Wolf Hashtag, who's always fucking there for me.
Wolf hashtag is awesome.
No, Wolf Hashtag's a bad motherfucker, though. We were very blessed because, and I hate saying that word blessed. I sound like one of those black housewives from fucking Atlanta. Because I'm blessed. Get the fuck out of here, you're blessed. You're a fucking
That's
thief.
what I thought. Every time I look at you, that's a black housewife from Atlanta. That's what Joey's like.
How about I scratch my nuts? How about I scratch my nuts and make you sniff my fingers, cocksucker?
What's your favorite Real Housewife show?
I have no idea. One night I was in a hotel and I couldn't find the remote and I was watching the Black Housewives. Everybody's dressed in white and everybody's drinking martinis. The black people I hung out with didn't do that shit.
You
But
lost the remote.
yeah, what are you gonna fucking do? Cocksucker. What if I hit you in the head with this e-cigarette, motherfucker? Anyway, how about I want to thank my sponsors, my main motherfuckers on it, always there for me. Solid. Fucking sending out a great product, getting you people up to the next level, whatever it may be, strength, endurance, cardio, whatever the fuck. They got everything for you. Ropes, kettlebells, battle